Okay, today is March 29th, 2016. Trade recap of the day. Two trades, mediocre trades, and then a bad, terrible miss. So let's go over the trades. First of all, FCX, this was profitable, but very, very mediocre. And risk to reward wise, probably poor. I shorted at 970 after it kind of had this morning breakdown and then a push. Was willing to risk 10 cents to potentially make 30. So 3-to-1 risk to reward. I thought that after this kind of push, at this point, oil was pretty weak. Markets were pretty weak. I thought, okay, I can short at 970 and I can cover at 940 or maybe lower when it takes out that lower of the day. So it pulled a little bit. Came back, I covered because this stock is a real company, it's oil and gas, it's annoying. So I made, what did I make? 10 cents a share roughly, so nothing great. But the good news is I didn't let it grind all the way back. You see it grinds, and then it gets this rip, and then it's off to the races and hit 1030. That would have been a pretty ugly loss had I held on and hoped. So a 10-cent gain because I traded my plan and I'm not going to sit here and hold this thing all day and hope that it works. So small gain, but it is what it is. WATT. So these are the type of trades, the Swede pilot type, George Dunn type trades. Up on Apple related news, which this thing definitely has a potential to run. So I went long into this kind of pullback right out of the gate. It shot up, it came back, I got to fill at 1090. Then, it looked like it could push, and then it just didn't, and wasn't going to, let me add, it held VWAP, and I'm sitting here at these 11s, just over 11, and I knew that if it gives up VWAP, it was going to get ugly. So I had an order at 1120, and it seemed like an eternity to get filled. So it filled, took me out, so plus 30 cents a share, and then this thing failed pretty hard. It kind of, all the way down to the, 1030s. So again, not a huge trade, but a solid trade. One of the reasons that I do not go long is I always get into that hope mode, and especially something like WATT where there's potential news. You keep waiting for a follow-up piece, waiting up for a follow-up press release, some CNBC to pick it up. So it's just so easy to sit here and hold and be a bag holder. So I took quick gains, and we'll call it good. Now, KERX was the big, ugly miss of the day. Had an order at 575. And here into this, you got up a little late today, kind of missed this, and it was already pulling into the 530s, 540s pre-market. So I had an order at 575 and basically missed a fill by a penny. And then this thing just would have been an easy layup all day fade. Perfect, exact type of trade that I want. So I need to definitely be on the ball tomorrow. That one I should have nailed and was a complete miss. So in closing, a solid day. I was done by 10:30, 11, somewhere in there. Didn't get into hope mode. Didn't try and get stuff to work that wasn't there. Also, if you are interested, I did recently do a webinar, and I'm doing regular webinars for Investors Underground now. So now the most of them are members only. So last night I kind of went over my strategy, how I scan for stocks, and how I approach trading, and there weren't many great setups to go over in that webinar last night. But geez, I wish KERX would have been the day before, because this was a perfect example of the type of trade that I look for, with a good area to short into at 575. A great area to set risk at 6, and then a potential all-day fade and could potentially gap down. So if you are interested in anything that Investors Underground offers, feel free to email me, contact me, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. So thanks a lot, and see you next time.